students, this video deals with a very important system of human body known as digestive system. So let's get started. The breakdown of complex organic compounds into simple diffusible molecules by the action of enzymes, which are the biological catalyst, is digestion. The coiled digestive system of man consists of long tube that extends from the mouth to the anus. It consists of mouth, the oral or the buccal cavity, the esophagus, that is the food pipe, the stomach, the small intestine, and the large intestine. Liver and pancreas are also the part of the digestive system, but they are not the part of the coiled tube. Now let's see the digestion in the oral cavity. It is bounded by palate, tongue, teeth, and cheeks. Diagrammatically, the roof of the mouth is palate, right behind the teeth is hard palate, and behind the hard palate is soft palate. At the back of your throat, there is a fleshy piece of tissue known as uvula. It helps in pushing the food into the esophagus. This is the tongue and these are the teeth. The back and teeth are molars, which helps in grinding and mastication. Next to molars are premolars. These pointed teeth are canines and the front teeth are incisors. The functions of buccal cavity are selection of food, grinding or mastication, lubrication and digestion. Now let's see the selection of food. When food enters the oral cavity, it is tasted, smelled and felt. If the taste or smell is unpleasant, it is rejected. Tongue, being sensory and muscular organ, plays the most important role in selection of food through its taste buds. This is a taste bud. The food particles enter into the taste pore and the taste receptor cell carries the sensation through the afferent nerve towards the nervous system. So in this way the food is tasted. So the buccal cavity helps in the selection of food through tongue. Now comes the grinding or mastication. After selection, the food is ground by means of molar teeth into smaller pieces. These are the molar teeth. The grinding is important because the esophagus allows relatively small pieces to pass through it. And the small piece has much more surface for the enzyme to attack. Now comes the lubrication and digestion. Saliva is secreted by three pairs of salivary glands, which are sublingual, submandibular, and parotid. Lingual comes from linguistic, that is language, so it is concerned with tongue. Sublingual gland, it is situated below the tongue. Mandible is the jawbone, so the submandibular gland is present behind the jaws, and parotid glands, they are present in front of the ear. Saliva produced by these glands contain three important ingredients. Watery mucus, which helps in moistening and lubrication of the food. Sodium bicarbonate and other salts. It is antiseptic and helps in stabilizing the pH of the food. And carbohydrate digesting enzymes, amylase or tyalin. It converts starch, glycogen to maltose. Now comes the swallowing. As a result of mastication, the softened, partly digested slimy food mass is rolled into small oval lump called bolus. The mechanism of swallowing involves tongue moves upward and backward, nasal cavities close, and the laryngeal muscles contract, which then is followed by epiglottis, which swings down and close glottis. Diagrammatically, you can see pharynx is a passageway leading from the mouth and nose to the esophagus and larynx. So this is the pharynx, and larynx or voice box is above trachea and in front of esophagus. So this is larynx. And students, you must know that opening of windpipe is known as glottis, whereas a flap of cartilage which covers the glottis is known as epiglottis. This is glottis, the opening of trachea, and this flap is known as epiglottis. The tongue moves upward and backward against the roof of the mouth, forcing the bolus to the back of the mouth cavity. This is the tongue and it is forcing the bolus towards the esophagus. The backward movement of the tongue pushes the soft palate up and uvula contracts, thus closes the nasal opening at the back. Laryngeal muscles contract and the tongue forces the epiglottis to swing down upon the glottis. The esophageal sphincter opens and the pharyngeal contraction drives the bolus to esophagus. This is the esophageal sphincter. It opens and drives the bolus into the esophagus like this. The beginning of the swallowing action is voluntary, but once the food reaches the back of the mouth, swallowing becomes automatic and the food is then forced down the esophagus by peristalsis. Now let's see what peristalsis is, and this is the esophageal stage. It consists of wave of contraction of the circular and longitudinal muscles preceded by the wave of relaxation, thus squeezing the food down along the tube. As you can see here, this is the contraction and this is the relaxation of muscle. Then again the contraction and relaxation. So it is a wave of contraction and relaxation, thus moving the bolus towards the next part of the alimentary canal. Peristalsis starts from the esophagus to the stomach and then along the whole alimentary canal. Sometimes the movements are reversed, with the result food may be passed from the intestine back into the stomach and even into the mouth. This movement is called antiperistalsis, leading to vomiting. An uncomfortable sensation called hunger pang is peristaltic contraction, which are increased by low blood glucose levels. Students, the digestion in the stomach and the digestion in the small intestine and large intestine will be discussed in the next videos, so stay tuned.